right-footed copy. Oh! Bang! That one goes down. Champions! He takes that chance. Aguero!
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Sports Fans Network. I am the CHALL, and today welcome to a new League 2 video, where today we're going to be talking about the signing of Charlie Kirk at Barrow in the last 24 hours, or within the last 24 hours. So before we get started, make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss another YouTube video. Holker Street faithful, comment down below your thoughts and opinions, and also League 2 fans in general, comment down below your thoughts and feelings about this particular signing. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get straight into this video and let's talk about the signing of Charlie Kirk down in Cumbria. So we will start off with the club's official statement, as it states the following. The 26-year-old joins the Bluebirds, having spent the majority of his career with Crewe Alexandra, playing over 200 times for the Cheshire-based side. Speaking about signing for the Bluebirds, Charlie Kirk said this to Barrow's official club website. "It feels good to be here. I've been training here for the past week to 10 days, and I've got to know the lads really well. I'm buzzing to get going now. The past couple of weeks have been really good. The lads have been top class. I've really enjoyed being back training, as I've not done a lot for the past 3 or 4 months. So to get back into a club with a club like this is everything, and I'm very happy." Now then, for the Barrow fans who need a little bit of history on this guy, he came through the ranks at the Crewe Alexandra Academy, featured in the 2019-2020 PFA Team of the Year for EFL League 2. He made over 200 appearances in total for Crewe Alexandra in the first spell, scoring 32 goals. He completed 3 years overall at Charlton Athletic following that spell, and has loan experience at Blackpool and Burton Albion, as well as a second temporary loan spell back at Crewe Alexandra in recent times. So here now, ladies and gentlemen, is a bit of a player analysis and a profile of the player, just to give you guys a bit more of a lowdown on what I think of him as a player, as a performer on the pitch, etc, etc. So the best thing in terms of position-wise for Charlie Kirk is primarily on the left wing. For me, he's primarily a left winger. And he can also operate behind the striker. He can operate deeper as a left midfielder, so he's a versatile player. You can offer him on the right if need be, as a last resort. But for me, he's primarily a left winger. He performs best on the left. He can cut inside on the left with his preferred right foot as well, so he's a good inside taker. Now, he's known for his creativity on his best day. On his best day, he's a good winger in terms of his creative nature. He's a good crosser of the ball on occasions. He stretched the defence very well from the flanks. He's experienced across the English Football League, Championship, League 1, League 2, but he lacks high-intensity impact at higher levels, such as the Championship. He's not really cut it at the levels above League 1. And defensively, he can be inconsistent at times. So there's some positives, there's some constructives to work on. But overall, I think this player does have the experience needed to add some leadership to the locker room. It's a place where he can get some consistency going. Obviously, he'll be eligible to make his debut for Barrow going into the league games this weekend, and of course going into the FA Cup the following weekend. Being a Doncaster Rovers fan, I took particular interest in this transfer since we were playing Barrow in the FA Cup away from home on the 2nd of November. So obviously Barrow would have taken some considerable interest in that game, and I think Charlie Kirk could potentially play a part in that match. But overall, in terms of the analysis of the player, my thoughts overall is that he is an experienced attacking left winger primarily, who can offer a lot of threat if given a consistent run of games. And if he can defensively recover well, and if he can be a better defensive player in transition, I think that he's got the potential to be a really good signing for Barrow. Of course, the ex-Crewe player could be a really good signing for Barrow if he just improves on that defensive capability in transition. So let's deep dive into my thoughts on the signing of Charlie Kirk at Barrow from an overall perspective. We've spoken about the history of the player, we've spoken about player analysis, we've spoken about the club statement. Now let's just share my thoughts as a neutral League 2 supporter. So Charlie Kirk, for me, like I said, he's experienced, he offers a lot of versatility, he's a good left winger on his day, he's a really good left winger on his day. He's been in the Team of the Year in the past. He does offer a lot of experience. Playing over 200 games for Crewe alone offers a lot of experience. And he's been at the levels of League 1 and the Championship. He knows what it takes to succeed in that level. He didn't end up doing that, but he has seen and watched and played against players who have succeeded at that level. He's someone who I think for League Two is a good signing. I think it's an experienced signing for League Two. I would say that his versatility can be useful. However, there are other positions where he won't operate as constructively and as creatively and as innovatively as he does primarily on the left wing. I think his best position is on the left flank in a 4-3-3, a 4-2-3-1. That's where I see him best playing. I think behind the striker, he can ghost in and out of games every now and then. I think deeper as a left midfielder, and potentially even as a wing back, that's where you rely on the defensive capabilities, and that's where the inconsistencies in the defensive game, in transition, out of possession, that's when that comes into effect. For me, like I said, I think experience-wise, great signing for League Two. It's good to see him with the club again. He did have his injury problems as well, so that's something to keep an eye on. And I'd keep an eye on this one. Like I said, I think he's got all the tools to be a good, experienced player who can thrive in that division. He's thrived in that level before. He can make the step up to mid-table to bottom-end League One, I would say, at this point in his career. And yeah, I do have strong feeling that he will succeed in League Two if he can improve on the defensive stuff, if he can improve on his injury record, which obviously isn't all to do with him. It's partly down to other factors such as the pitch he's playing on, home and away, the people he's playing against, if he's a freak accident in training or in a game. It's not entirely his responsibility to stay injury-free. But of course, it is the medical team's job at Barrow to make sure he's well treated, he doesn't suffer reoccurring problems, and obviously that part will come on the medical side of Barrow AFC. So in terms of what he can do to offer the best of his abilities as a Barrow player, he has to showcase the player we saw at Crewe Alexandra in the first spell, and that's a strong, experienced, versatile winger with a lot of innovation, a lot of creativity, a lot of forward thinking, a lot of pace, a lot of drive, a lot of aggression, a lot of directness one-on-one. And if he can stay injury-free and improve on the in transition and out of possession defensive duties as a winger when he tracks back and then tracks forward and overlaps, he'll turn to a really good player for Barrow. Obviously, there is the little, minor things there, the little warning signs of the defensive inconsistencies, the lack of impact at higher levels, the fact he's had injury problems in the past, might not have a lot of game time compared to the wingers that are starting at the minute at Barrow, but he offers Barrow an option in that position. And I think that's the best thing about this deal. He offers them an option, and that's the best thing about this. So good luck to Charlie Kirk at Barrow, of course, apart from if you play against Doncaster Rovers. But yeah, good luck to Charlie Kirk at Barrow. And if you can keep him fit and keep working on the defensive stuff, keep him working out of transition, in transition, out of possession, I think you've got a good sign in there. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this episode of a League Two update. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, I am the CHALL. Ta-ra for now, and that is full time on SFN.
Right foot to